Deficiency of the phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme is the cause of this disease. The first step of phenylalanine metabolism is phenylalanine converted into tyrosine that requires phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme, and that is deficient in this disease. The genetic mutation may be such that either the enzyme is not synthesized or a non-functional enzyme is synthesized. It is an autosomal recessive condition. Frequency of phenylketonuria was considered to be 1 in 10,000 births, but the recent introduction of better diagnostic facilities showed that the incidence is as high as 1 in 1500 births. Now we'll see the types of phenylketonuria. Type 1 is classical one, and it is deficiency of phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme. The second is type 2 phenylketonuria, that is deficiency of dihydrobiopterin reductase enzyme. In first step, apart from phenylalanine hydroxylase, there is requirement of dihydrobiopterin reductase enzyme which convert the dihydrobiopterin into tetrahydrobiopterin. And in type 3 phenylketonuria is deficiency of enzyme synthesizing biopterin. Now we'll see the biochemical abnormalities. Phenylalanine cannot be converted to tyrosine, so phenylalanine accumulates and its level in blood is elevated. So alternate minor pathways are opened. In alternate pathway, phenylalanine will be converted into phenylpyruvate by transamination reaction, and alpha-ketoglutarate will be converted into glutamate. Phenylpyruvate then reduced to phenyl lactate. Phenylpyruvate can also converted into phenyl acetate by decarboxylation reaction. And phenyl acetate will be converted into phenyl acetyl glutamine by conjugation with glutamine. Phenylpyruvate, phenyl lactate and phenyl acetate are ketones that will excretate in urine. Now we'll see the clinical manifestations. The classical phenylketonuria child is mentally retarded with an IQ of 50. Agitation, hyperactivity, tremors and convulsions are often manifested. This may be because of phenylalanine interferes with neurotransmitter synthesis. The child often has hypopigmentation explained by the inhibition of tyrosinase. Phenyl lactic acid in sweat may lead to mousy body odor. Now we'll see the investigation part. First is blood phenylalanine. Normal level is 1 mg per deciliter, but in phenylketonuria the level is more than 20 mg per deciliter. Second is Guthrie test, which is rapid screening test. Third is ferric chloride test. Urine of the patient contains phenylketones about 500 to 3000 mg per day. This could be detected by this test. And DNA probes are now available to diagnose the defects in phenylalanine hydroxylase and dihydrobiopterin reductase. Now we'll see the treatment part. Early detection is very important. About 5 units of IQ are lost for each 10-week delay in starting the treatment. The treatment is to provide a diet containing low phenylalanine like food based on tapioca. Phenylalanine should be as low as 10 to 20 mg per kg body weight per day. This special diet is to be continued during the first decade of life, after which the child can have a normal diet. Lifelong compliance of special diet is advised, though not mandatory. Female child on growing to adulthood may become pregnant. Then again special diet is to be given because the increased phenylalanine level will affect the brain development